Alright guys, um, so this is my predicament, right? My smartphone. My smartphone is a piece of shit, right? And due to my economic circumstances, I don't have access to the best technology. And I don't think anyone's going to donate any technology to me because I'm pretty smart and I just think that's how it is. So, listen. So, this is going to be an interesting video, right? So, the state of the United States, right, is crazy. You got these fake professors who, foreign professors. Now, if you don't know, America was a country, right, that was basically colonized by settlers, right? Now, if you don't know, there is a secret agenda, right, that is been going on for thousands of years. And I think this secret agenda basically conquered the world already. And we're just living in someone else's fucking conquered world idea. Now, I don't want to get shadow banned, but I do watch a bunch of YouTubers, right? So, there's this whole idea. Oh, look. So, I'm looking out the window, and there's some goofballs right where I'm recording. I think they're doing a little drug deal. I don't know. But that's not my business, because I'm not looking at that. They both got black hoodies on. They look like young kids that are just exploring. So, anyways, I wanted to make this idea of a video. So, I studied history, and I understand history. And the world is going in a very sus way. Now, how would I explain it? America is America, right? And you got all these like right-winging people, right, and left. I don't really study politics, but it's easy to understand that politics don't really matter. They're both part of the same. If left and right is a feather, it's part of the same bird. It's obviously controlled. So, I see this guy, who does this predictive history type bullshit, and obviously this guy is running off a script. I know you guys are gonna get mad at me saying this, but it's obvious. The whole World War III, the apocalyptic bullshit, right? It's obviously a script, right? And people talk about the end times BS stuff, right? I didn't really study the end times prophecy, but I'm not really choosing to believe it. Now, the world does seem like it's going in a very fucking weird way. So, if we have America, right? I think America is gonna go through a golden age, basically, right? And all these fucking people, I don't like swearing, but all these people who are preying on the American dollar to collapse, and then want to leave America, are like the biggest con artists ever. I wouldn't listen to any bullshit they spew out of their mouth, right? These people be talking about the American dollar is gonna collapse and the BRICS dollar is gonna be the big thing. Okay, that is the biggest propaganda I ever heard. First of all, the American dollar is owned by the Federal Reserve, okay? And the Federal Reserve like owns all the money, bro. And everyone's transactioning in American dollars. So I don't understand how anyone can just say this complete bullshit. And people will be like, well, BRICS, you got Russia, India, and China. Russia, India, and China are only going to survive as long as they can with each other until until they start fighting each other, right? Because Russia is its own ethnic country. So is China and India. And they'll do as much as they can and work together to keep their countries protected and ethnically protected. And it's always America that's always open border bullshit, okay? Then you got Europe that's getting flooded with illegal immigration, right? And people want to act like it's not real. So I don't know what's going to go on over there, but I think America is going to obviously go through its golden age because it's not hard to see what's going on. You know, I studied finances, so I don't really need to watch finance video guys talk about their fucking bullcrap, okay? Because if you think about it, right? America will go through a golden age because it will become an isolated country, right? So they're going to cut off all their supplies and businesses to the outside world and focus on itself. So it's basically like a person focusing on itself and saying, okay, I'm done with my friends, I'm done giving them everything in my time, it's time for me to focus on myself. So America is going to become its own golden age super part nation or whatever, okay? I don't understand all these people who push this like, oh, the Iran war, that shit is not going to happen. If I had to think of the UFO videos that get released, right? if there's beings on this planet, right, that some conspiracy people be talking like aliens build civilizations. If they do exist, they're not gonna let fucking America and the whole world end, because if the world ends, then they're fucked too. They gotta start over. So, I think there's higher beings out there, right? I'm not gonna get into it, but it has to be, because there might be being, and then you got your atheist who's gonna say, I wouldn't trust any bullshit from an atheist, right? Because their standpoint is money, basically. So I'm not really gonna trust anything an atheist tells me, because all their shit requires science in a lab, and all that shit requires money. So that's fucking, I'm not fucking believing one fucking piss word that comes out of his mouth. So yeah, I just wanted to make this video out there, because it's just like, all these people be talking about like America will not collapse. Why would America collapse? It's gonna become a golden age country, because they're gonna shut off all the factories and business that they outsource to other people for cheap labor. They're gonna cut all that off, and America's gonna focus on herself. And all these other countries are gonna have to find the next fucking country that will fucking outsource all their work to their bullshit. So they give their country work, basically. I mean, think about it. So now we're gonna come back to the America thing. So then that becomes America First, right? Yeah, blah blah blah. Everyone's gonna say America First is some Nazi party that was founded by like whatever, okay? But you know, it's all being funded by someone's money. So like, really, who cares, right? So I think that America will become like America First, but not like the racist bullcrap. So it's obvious. If you can't see this, I mean, America's gonna be going. She's gonna be her own thing, and then that's where the technology comes in, right? That's where all the YouTubers and the people. This stuff that I'm saying has to be right. It has to be. Doesn't have to be right, but it has to make sense, right? I can make more in-depth videos, but like, it seems like since like the 70s, America's just been given like free shit to everybody. And if America stops all that stuff and focuses on herself, okay, America might do its own thing, you know. Another country might be another superpower, like China. Everyone's saying China's going to be the next superpower. But who cares? Who really cares if they become the next superpower? Okay? America is still going to be America. America's going to do its own thing. America's going to open up its own factories. And it's still going to survive whether or not another country becomes some superpower. Right? So the whole Iran war, nuclear weapons shit just sounds ridiculous. So that's for the Department of War to focus on. That's their own fucking terms. It'd be nice if we could just be America, and America does their own thing, and we just leave the Iran war. And the whole fucking Israel thing is like the biggest joke ever too. Like, why can't they just fucking be them? Why can't they just? If China's gonna be the next superpower, then they can just focus on being with China and being friends with China, right? I mean, that would be the smart move anyways. So America can cut back and do its own thing. So I know a lot of people will get really fucking mad, but what I'm saying is not new. I'm pretty sure there's people that already have this idea, and I'm so tired of all these people on the internet like pushing this idea that the American dollar is gonna collapse and this and that, and America's not nothing, and they push this stupid ass idea that BRICS is like the next thing. Dude, I'm gonna tell you one thing from a guess. If America becomes its own thing, and these people start leaving America, those countries are not gonna want you, bro. Because America's gonna tighten it. America's gonna tighten up. Like, they're gonna fucking halt on foreign investment, probably. And these people think, oh, I'm in America. I'm gonna leave America, right? Go to other countries, right? Live there, and then put my money in the in America and invest in America, right? That's not what America needs. America needs its own. Like, okay, so obviously people are all gonna do this. Like, that's where the money flows, obviously. But like, America is gonna just do its own thing, and then that's why I was like, you know what? YouTube is probably the smartest way to go. Just make a channel and do your thing, because like, I feel like America is gonna become like a digital state basically, and everyone's gonna be like living off of like universal basic income, because like basically America is gonna be turned into like a pampered state because it won't be the superpower anymore basically to other countries' eyes. So like there probably will be like foreign aid. They might, I don't know. I mean, Europe's going through like this huge immigration crisis, and like I would say like in another 30 years probably, like that European countries, they're gonna go crazy. They're gonna do surveillance state stuff, and uh, they're gonna be able to do that for so long, and people will just go insane over there. I don't think the surveillance state shit will last that long, anyways. So it's kind of sad, but I don't know. I just wanted to post this and see what people think, because I want to get it on the internet, because there is so many people, right, who are trying to fucking create this timeline where they're like, they want to get this timeline where like apocalypse happens, and we're not doing that shit, bro. We're not going through that timeline. We're not fucking part of that bullshit. And it's always these fucking, they need real ass people to come on here and be like, listen, this shit is not happening. We're not letting some fucking apocalypse happen and blah blah blah. You know what I mean? So just comment what you think. I gotta go because my space is running out on this bullshit. But peace out, guys.